So what do we need to kill some time, right? We're waiting for our paint to dry. It occurs to me, let's practice some birds. I got my small brush on that. I've been using this bigger brush, and so I got my smaller brush. It's a little bit more pointy. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get that wet and ready to go. Step number one, and I'm just going to make black soup on this one, and so I want this to be very, very dark and goopy, so that it's really opaque, so you can't see through it. And so I'm just painting the black paint with the water. That looks like I'm flicking some stuff over there. And here's what I want you to do in order to make your birds. Notice that I got the brush. If you roll it, you can kind of get it, so it's fairly pointy on that. And so in order to make this bird, I'm going to start at the wingtip, and I'm going to lightly touch. See, I'm just going to barely touch it like that, right? You can just see a little bit there. And so I'm going to touch it, and then I'm going to make it push down a little bit as I go to the center, and I'm going to bring it up. And I'm going to go over to this side over here, pull it towards myself this time. Just touch the little tip of it, and then press it down as it comes together like that. Then I'm going to come back here. Here's the tip of this wing, and opposite on that, so that it follows this line, I'm just going to put a little bit of a swallowtail on that, like that, so that this line corresponds with this one here, but it's pointy. I'm going to roll over to this side, do the same thing, a little bit of the point down like that, and make it so it follows that line up here. Now this part in the middle here, I can just fill in, kind of like that. And that's how we make a bird. Like, oh, that was so cool, I want to do it again. Okay, I'm going to do it again myself. You have a little piece of paper. I'll give you some more paper to practice on. Because once you paint them, you're committed, right, on that sort of thing, once you make those birds. A lot of times people will make the birds like this. And that's not a bad idea, that's not a bad representation, but most birds don't have the bent wing things that make them look rounded like the McDonald's arches. So we want to have straight wings, but sometimes they have a little bit of flex. So I'm doing one more time here. So to show you once again. So I'm using just the tip of the brush, so it barely touches. And I'm pulling it out, and I'm gradually making it wider by pressing down in it. Going to the other side, tip of the brush, and then pressing down, making it slightly wider. Following up with a tail, taking the tip of the brush, touching it down a little bit, and then following the line of the upper wing. So following that line right there. Coming over to the other side, once again the tip of the brush. Let's see if I can get it at an angle so you can kind of see what we're doing. Tip of the brush here, and it touches, and then follow it into so it matches up with that wing. Then down in here we can fill in the swallowtail stuff, fill in the rest of the bird, like that. How's that grab you? So you can also have them, so I'll give you guys some more paper in just a second. I'll give you some paper right now. Okay, so if you want to practice, we're going to make about 4 or 5 birds with that on those, and so that's practicing making the birdie.